And yeah, we are going to start. I think we already have started. Usually, the usual process has been truncated, but we thank the Sun Pharma to give this opportunity, episode number 11, and to both of you, Srinivas and Gopalakrishna, very good case. And just to, before we go on to this case, the rotatripsy issue, remember many of the lesions will be very angulated, long calcified, and your IVL balloon will not go. So those cases do a small burr followed by IVL. I think that combination will emerge, although it is a little more expensive, but will be a good one to take care in this complex cases. With that note, we welcome all of you from Mount Sinai Cath Lab. This is my staff here, and Dr. Keeney on my left side, our fellows on the right side, along with the usual staff which have been part of it.
Come here.
And we can show the slide. Yeah, slide presentation. Let's start off the case right from the beginning now, knowing that few things have been in between at present. So this is the case. Yeah, you can see that our slide also, correct?
Yeah, we are able to see our slide.
Okay, perfect. And our faculty, this already have been introduced, both great interventionists, and very happy to have you moderating and giving comment on this case number 11. This is the 46-year-old patient who has risk factors as shown with the high blood pressure, hyperlipidemia, and diabetes, and Jehovah's Witness that will not take any blood transfusion. You know, this whole, they can lose their life, but they will not take the blood transfusion. And of course, the rest is this patient presented with class 2 angina few weeks ago. And then at that time, he had a shortness of breath, went to the emergency room, tropin was negative, cath was done, which a 3 vessel will show you, suggested cabbage, but then declined. And then patient came after the meeting the surgeon for intervention, because elected for intervention on good medical therapy. So this issue, I know that we go with the guidelines, but you know, this is Uber of interventional cardiology. That is stents versus surgery. This is the field evolving. A lot of people, you tell them that you should go for surgery, but patient don't want to go for surgery, no matter what it is. Very rarely they'll say, well, if I'm going to die, that's the only reason for them to go for cabbage. And as you can see here, this is the overall, if you really think about that bypass surgery or stent, the advantages, disadvantages. So that's basically patient's preference. So clearly that we believe what patients, after the clear-cut informed consent, giving the data, they still agree for PCI, we go for PCI. So this patient particularly had a circumflex PCI. And Anu, you want to show your, let's show the angiogram first.
1 second.
Yeah. Okay, so, okay, sorry, they are ready, ready with the change of the wire. Good. Okay, good. Okay, let's show the angiogram on this case. This is the femoral approach. Ejection fraction is, what happened? Yeah, so near normal. And the right coronary, very calcified, as you can see here, ectatic, moderate lesion in the mid, and then there is subtotal RPL branch, little ostial, and this is the circ. 2 stents were placed in the circumflex at the ostium and that the obtuse marginal. And now is the LED. Today is the case of the LED. And you want to comment on that?
So one of the reason I think he did go and see the surgeon. Even surgeons in this particular case were reluctant to do surgery. The patient has significant distal artery lesions. You see the LED? Oh, apical LED is, you know, if you see the mustache, even the mustache has lesions all the way down. And even in the vessels that we opened, the circumflex, OM2 was totally occluded, very small vessel, and we were able to place 2 stents. One was OM1, another one in the ostial circ. And if you see here, the right coronary artery, it's almost RPL and a PDA, very small size. RPL is also small size. That is the ectatic large RCA. So, you know, there's no point placing a bypass in the distal RCA, which then both RPL and PDA have diffuse disease. So he was not an ideal candidate for a bypass either. So question is, when this kind of patients come to us, how can we help? He's a young guy. Is there something we can do? So we did the circumflex, and here we are with the LAD. So your prox LAD about 60-70% lesion. I would say about mild to moderate calcium. And then you have a mid LAD with a large diagonal. Again, diagonal has significant lesion. LAD has disease, and you have diffuse distal LAD disease.
Why did you
Wiring
select
was
the-
also technically challenging because I think the mid to distal LAD is more moderate to severe calcium there.
Play again. Yeah, see that now, very diffuse disease,
Yes.
very complexity, and question always comes that even
Yeah,
if you
sir.
open it, should you
Surgeon will not
try
at
to
all
do
be
a stent?
interested in such vessels.
Exactly. The surgeons will not be interested, as you rightly said.
Why did
So,
you select
what is the
circumflex
goal?
first?
No,
Subtotal.
circumflex
No,
has
it was
been met.
subtotal. Because circ was, it was done about a month ago. It was 99% osteal circ. And you know, small OM2 is like total, and OM1 was 90%. So of the two, LAD versus circumflex compared to RCA, very distal disease, we felt the circumflex was the culprit on this case. Although patient did not have any stress test, patient did not have any troponin positive, and LV was kind of near normal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the reason basically. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of
Circumflex
mid
is well positioned.
inferior of the circumflex, mid inferior. Yes. Okay. So now our plan is to clearly very calcified proximal to mid LAD, and the distal very diffuse disease. And that is what we do many times, that do the rotational atherectomy or orbital in some cases, but by and large rotational, and do a good balloon angioplasty. And if you don't have to put a stent, don't put a stent. Now, I know that many people outside 2.5. Yeah, outside will, you know, I'm India, and so they will use the drug coated balloon. Many places not available in America. So here issue come that whether you do a rotablation or just a good balloon dilatation area, which can open up nicely, we can do the image, or you go basically the area that is only put the stent, the area which has not opened. So with that goal, we felt that this is the ideal case to demonstrate today to our colleagues that how you can come up with a good rotational atherectomy and PTCA with a good angiographic result, and if required, may do a focal stenting, particularly from the mid to distal LAD. At the level of the diagonal and the before, you have to take care of the stents, but further down, so because that is what even the surgical issue will be in that case, whether do endarterectomy, which nobody does nowadays. So that case we can rehabilitate the vessel. So that's where we are.
Dr. Sharma, one of the audience is asking, where is the distal landing zone for LAD stent? Because it is diffusely diseased, how can you land the distal stent? Where can you land?
Good question. So that's why I'm saying in the caudal view, diffuse disease involving up to the mustache. So that's why I wanted to wire into the larger branch, but looks like it's total. You see the mustache, I could not get into either of the branch.
Yeah.
So in the situation, nothing wrong with seeing, we do rotational atherectomy of the mid LAD. So what is the risk of doing rotational atherectomy in a vessel like this? Risk of slow flow is very high because there's no distal flow. So with that in note, we'll do rotational atherectomy, and we'll see if the wire can then go to one of the mustache and aim for PTCA alone. If not, if we are going to place a stent, if you're taking this into account, you can start anywhere from where the lesion starts and end somewhere, and the rest you leave with PTCA.
Yeah, and that will be the goal. So key is that ask the question. So landing zone will be like 3 o'clock.
Okay.
LAD diagonal, and rest we try to do PTCA plus minus rotational atherectomy. What can be done safely, as Anu mentioned, that slow flow and perforation, those are the two things we need to worry about. So we are ready with the 1.25 bar.
Okay.
Go with the 150,000 RPM, and we are ready to start. Of course, it's still required because over the wire system, 2 people pull and push. This is a 7 French guide, thinking that if we need to put a stent in the diagonal with a mini crush techniques or so, we will be. And imaging point of view today, we have prepared here the IVUS. So we have shown all, whether OCT, IVUS, this case, actually, we have prepared the IVUS, what we need to require. Because at this time, before doing anything, you don't need any imaging because this is all clear-cut case. So proximal area will not do much with the 1.25 bar, but this is more for the distal vessel.
Another question,
All
Dr.
three
Sharma.
steps. Yeah.
Will you wire diagonal during PCA to protect it?
Yeah,
Diagonal wire.
definitely. I mean, I think the diagonal is a good size. Our goal will be even to basically take care of the diagonal if require even a 2.25 stent. Yes, because there is a disease at the ostium. So a lot of people actually, if there is a no disease, people will think about not putting the stent there, which is okay. I mean, not putting the wire. But if there is a disease, I think the N of data, although it's still very controversial, people will like to leave just the wire, not necessarily any balloon or so, but leave the wire to keep it open at the
Go-
time of stenting.
go down.
Yeah.
So
You have
now,
enough room? You have enough room?
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Let's do,
Go
we'll
further.
show them. So we want to go
Yeah.
distal, so we go on the dyna. So essentially you see that you have the dyna button on.
Yeah, we are
And-
able to
and the
see
Yeah,
Press
that.
and we will play, start the dyna.
Yeah.
Press the dyna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Diana button and press the
I'll,
brake release and then advance.
Advance. So I'll go manually.
Yeah,
Good.
good.
That's enough.
So that is how you advance the additional length over 80-90 millimeter working diameter of the rotor bar.
So there's calcium and disease here, and that's why I think I'll going to do rota just at this level, not distal.
You can go a little further.
Yeah. At what stage?
And we can always direct with a little injection. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good.
Because it is risky to go too
I think
distally.
that's enough.
You did?
Okay.
Just 1 second.
Fluorescein is here.
Want to take a little further picture? We need to go
No.
further down. Oh, yeah, okay.
Wire is not in a good branch.
Yeah. The wire is not at the real apex.
Yeah.
So let's take this out and we'll take a picture and then decide. Yes.
Another
You are
question,
asking
Dr.
some
Sharma.
question.
Yeah, chances of
I
acute
can't-
vessel closure if you don't put a stent post rota. You have done rota and don't want to put stent. What are the
Yeah.
chances of closure of that vessel?
No, I would say that we will always put a stent, particularly if we don't have a good balloon result, even if it's a very small vessel like this. If I don't get a good balloon results, we'll put a 2O stent. But idea is, can we avoid it? Because I think once you get to that small vessel, a small level of 2.25 millimeter, I don't know whether you have any benefit, extra benefit of stenting. And maybe these are the cases, you know, some of the trials have some small basket and so that maybe the drug coated balloon may be the answer for this situation. Now let's see where the wire is exactly so we can,
It's in a small branch.
Yeah. we want
Um,
to take it to the caudal view so that we can
Mm-mm.
decide whether we need to go further on that area. Let's see, unoverlapped. So see
Another
that now,
Is there any risk of getting burr stuck in distal vessel with the dyna instead of advancing under regular RPM?
yeah, no, but again, the key is that you are just advancing. If there is a resistance, then you stop here. But yes, anytime you kind of push the burr, it may get stuck. But if you gradually burr through, it will not get stuck. Okay, now what do you want? What's the strategy now? We do a balloon dilatation at the apex,
we do the, we'll wire again. You want fielder, run through?
Yeah. fielder. We can do fielder.
Fielder, get me the fielder
And then the
again.
question is the proximal area, which may need a bigger burr.
No, I think
Yeah.
we can just balloons that.
No,
Smaller
but that we
balloon.
can
Okay.
define based on the IVUS if you need to. Yes. Okay. Let's get the wire. See if we have wire we can get to the apex now with a 1.5 balloon, 1.5 compliant balloon. Yeah.
Proximal we can do without anything.
Yeah. So I think this will be the case. We can decide. The whole question comes. You use a one bar. Do you need to go to a different one? In the past, we routinely used to, but nowadays we learn that once you have a little fracture of the calcium, your balloon will expand. So that's completely fine. You leave a rota on one side. And once you put a wire side by side, try to open with a balloon. If you cannot open it, then you go to the bigger one. Otherwise, even a small bar, like in this particular case for the proximal to mid vessel of 1.25 is good enough.
Another small question is, IVUS in this case before rota, would it help?
No, but I can tell you, IVUS will not go distally, proximal area, yes. But question is, that what we are going to achieve, look into, or what will be the different if we do it pre. We know that it's a calcium. The question is whether you need to go to the upgrade or not. That may be where the role will come, which is now. Okay, now.
No, it's not going to that distal.
Yeah, I think it's definitely additionally occluded. You need a balloon support. Yeah, that's good. Let's get a balloon support here.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have 1.5 compliant balloon. 1.512 because it looks like it's going into the mustache now. Our
Another
rotor wire
question,
is
why
in
did-
the small branch. Yeah.
Why did you select fielder Y?
Yeah.
I mean, the fielder is same hydrophilic as well as polymer jacketed wire. When you have this kind of subtotal calcific lesion, it's a better wire. There is a various groups of fielder. This is just a regular fielder with a tip load of close to 4 Then you have fielder FC, fielder XT, which is tapered.
This is the balloon now. Let's see where the wire goes further. And you can bring back the rotor wire so that we know where we are. We can pull back the rotor wire a little bit. It's in the branch.
Mm.
Yeah, good.
So much of friction.
Yeah. Even if into the one branch goes, it into one of the branch, and then we'll try to see with the balloon. All the balloon may not cross.
Yeah.
In this particular case, but you need wire a little further. If you could go into any of the branches.
I think it's stuck.
Another question
I
is,
see.
Dr.
Yeah.
Sharma, do you
Yes,
defeat
sure.
the brake when you advance wire on Dynaglide?
It has to be. Yes. So
Dial
that's
it.
the only way to go, huh?
Let's dial it here.
Okay. Yeah. So that you have to defeat the brake, then only you can advance further
You,
to get the external.
you have to really, it's called a brake release. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the brake is actually holding the wire. So the wire is not moving forward, backward when we are doing the rotational atherectomy. So when you want to move the burr, there will be so much of tension. Okay, now we went in, I think, into the, that a brake release has to happen. Go.
Will die or no?
Okay, thank you, thank you.
It's in the same branch.
It's still in
Where
the same
the-
branch.
yeah.
Yeah. Got into the same branch where the rotor wire was.
I think we should not focus on this one. Let's just take care of the prox and mid LED.
No, but can we get a little further with the wire? If not, then we stop there
It's not
because
going.
clearly we don't want to create any perforation.
Yeah,
Your
it's not
The
going.
rotor wire also
So-
may be preventing this wire to progress.
Yeah. So yeah, so the rotor wire we have pulled
No, we
back
have
at
pulled
present.
back.
Yeah, but
See, it's stuck here. You have to dilate here.
okay.
Go. So much of calcium and diffuse disease. Okay, down.
Yeah.
Mm,
Go up. Yeah, no, disease is the entire segment there.
okay.
This is the
down.
1.5 balloon.
You know
You want
what?
to see a little picture now?
Yeah,
Okay. let's
not
do it.
that. Let's, I think.
I think that area, mid area is looking okay. So the question is if we can go a little further with the balloon, otherwise we abort here from the distal vessel, apical LED now. So we have opened the distal LED. Only thing is the apical LED left. If we cannot go, we cannot go. That's completely fine in my opinion.
What I'm saying, there's so much calcium and friction here. I think we need to take care of the proximal
Okay.
area.
And then we can
We
come
can
back to
come
this
back
later.
to this. Yeah.
Okay. So key is that even after this advancement, there's a lot of friction. So let's deal with the proximal and mid LED lesions, and then we'll talk about the apical LED. So we go to caudal view again,
Cranial.
cranial, yeah. Okay, so let's see what is
You
our
want to get-
strategy now.
Well, let's take a pre-dilation with the 3.5.
Okay, 3.5.
Right.
Nobody had take care of the mid also.
Okay. 20, 2.520 balloon. You want to wire the diag or just?
No, wire the diag.
Or
run
forget
through.
about
No,
it.
because we are going to take care of the diagonal also. Yeah, that's the plan we advised. Okay, so rota we can remove
Mm.
this time. Good.
We never prefer to leave 3 wires in the body. So we removed the rotor wire. Now we'll go with the run through wire to the diagonal. Normally, a main vessel, we will use a workhorse wire. Our workhorse wire is run through. Whatever your workhorse wire is, use that for the main vessel. And side branch usually is a fielder, any kind of polymer jacketed wire that you guys have. But
Yep.
we are just doing it other way around here.
Now, what is your favorite wire? What's your workhorse wire at present?
Yeah, we through in our cath lab, our workhorse wire. Previously used to use BMW, but now if you want to use 2 wires, one run through or BMW, second, but usually we run through.
Yeah, BMW are very great wires. The whole life we are done with the BMW. Yeah, good. Let's go to that's okay. Leave it there right now.
Okay.
So we are the wire, the run through right now is in the second diagonal, and we are 2.520 balloon now to go for the mid LED, mid to distal LED. Yeah. And then proximal, you are dilated with a 3.5.
3.550. What do you want? 15.
3.15, yeah. High pressure, yep. Okay. In all these cases, have to be very, very careful, slow advancement. That
Yeah.
does not cause
The
any
vessels are-
perforation. Wire
vessels
doesn't
are
go.
fragile and
Good.
small.
Yeah, so much disease. This is 2.5,
20.
20 at 20 atmosphere.
Okay, down.
Want to go a little further? Yeah, here, dilate here.
Hmm.
Proximal maybe dilate anywhere.
No need.
That area, no?
These are normal,
Yeah.
not cutting balloon. This is plain balloon.
This is right now the plane. Yeah,
Okay, down.
it's a 2.520 high pressure.
Okay. I think that's all you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Done.
the apical we had done the rota and PTCA. Okay, let's bring back in the guide and let's take a picture.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, good. Okay. Get the 15.
Good. So far things looking
Right.
good.
I think the vessel is looking very good, excellent.
Yeah.
I think it may blow up with a lot of nitroglycerin.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, we'll use the proximal. We put 2 separate stents.
Yes, yes. I think diag
Ah.
is lot of calcium.
So leaving with that, the way this thing is behaving,
I would leave it alone.
It will not be
Don't
bad
touch it.
idea to just leave the diag with the balloon wire only.
Yeah.
And if gets into trouble, then only we go after, because I think the way it is, arteries are behaving, then diag is about barely 1.75 2 millimeter vessel. So initially we thought we'll do a diagonal PCI also, but I think this is the case where as long as you keep the vessel open, will be good enough. So right now, our plan is to abort. Now let's talk about what we are going to do for the distal LED balloon now. Stent, mid.
Mid,
But
we can put a
diagonal, what is
2.5,
your
what,
strategy? One
28 or
divisional or
24.
two?
Right now, do nothing. 2.524.
So diag, let me do this cine, dry cine. Look at the calcium, probably more than LED.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not going to respond to PTCA, and the way the diag is taking a turn, even a 1.25 bar could be challenging, risk of perforation there. So I think the way now, even with LED, we are struggling here for every movement of the balloon and all that. That's an indication, I think, because cutting balloon, right?
Now let's see this go. Once you select
That we should not touch the diag.
So we were leaving the diagonal. They were
No,
final
sir.
decision. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, but anybody
Down.
suggesting that we should do something to the diagonal or just keep it open with a wire?
No. The audience, I mean, they are asking whether they are going for a single stent strategy or 2 stent strategy.
Dr. Sharma, what is your trick to prevent that melon seeding, which we have seen today?
Slow.
particularly most
Slow.
of the-
Key is slow inflation. So what you do is slow go every time, few seconds, 2 atmosphere, 4 atmosphere, 6 atmosphere, as you saw. So whether it's the ISR cases happens more. So your slow inflation and then gradually go up to 20 atmosphere, but slow inflation prevents it.
Have you
Okay.
considered using a cutting balloon
Yeah,
or an
so,
angioscope?
Yeah.
No, very good point. Actually, what happened now, just like maybe in India also, we don't have availability of any of these atherotomy balloons, cutting balloon or angiosculpt more than 3. And knowing that this one vessel is at least 3.5, so we just went with a 3.5 high pressure.
24,
key, but-
28. 24, yeah, it may not make a turn.
Yeah. So that's what the reason was. But otherwise, if I had a 3.5 cutting balloon or Wolverine, this was a very good case there. Instead of going with a high pressure, go with that. So this all is actually with the with this all COVID time, the many places they don't have the full staff to manufacture, and that's where the issues are. So many items are on back order at present, which is just amazing. But at
Yeah.
least things are available. In the COVID time last year, like nobody was working, so didn't have much. And now at least we have few things. Yes.
At what stage you are not thinking of imaging at all, right?
Huh?
You are not
Good.
thinking of
Yes,
doing
yes.
an IVUS. You said you plan to have using an IVUS.
I can't hear.
Yeah. So no, this one is no bifurcation. We just want to go distal to the exactly at the distal. As you can see in the Promus, as you mentioned earlier, that the stent no go further.
No, I know it came back. Wire
Yeah,
was
so
in the
stent
week.
is at the inside of the dot. So and that dot is
We
at
are
the
good.
bifurcation of the. You need to go.
I
little
know I
further.
was good there. Okay.
So we have to advance the body. Wire has to have a body before your stent can be advanced.
So it's going to the wrong branch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. I think this may be okay now, right?
Mm,
No, need a few millimeter more.
okay. I pulled back again.
What is your cocktail for no reflow, Dr.
Okay.
Sharma?
Yeah. So basically, we actually have the verapamil,
Okay, good, we go up.
nipride combination. Yeah, good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Go up.
Yeah. So we are going up here. So in the rotablation bag, actually, we have the heparin, the nitroglycerin, and the verapamil. Some people who actually change it to nicardipine and so because that does cause bradycardia. So that is in the bag of the rotablation.
Get us a 3/5/16 stent.
And so otherwise, some people like the nipride for the slow flow. I actually still like the verapamil quite a bit. So we are done, deployed this 2.5 24 Promus Elite
Okay.
stent.
Ready?
I'll take a picture now. Yeah.
Looks good.
So far, so good. Yes. Okay. So I think the diagonal is still okay. And we just put a proximal 3.5, 16. Okay. Yep. And then maybe we can do the IVUS. Then it will be a good case for IVUS. Yeah.
Audience feels the diagonal was worse than before. Any take
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
Any
So
IF
now
or-
if the diagonal would have been a little bigger, but very calcified. So remember we actually have more casualties with taking care of the diagonals, and particularly when we don't prepare them well, then you have unexpanded stents. Such a calcium, once we decide, we have to go with a 1.25 bar.
See, remember I did say that when you take that we need to take care of the proximal lesions, which was the mid LAD as well as the prox, which we did. Because a lot of calcium, there was friction and the wire was not going. Now we are able to get the wire into one of the mustache branch.
Good. Let's take a picture, right? You want to see it? That's in the mustache branch.
Okay.
Let's put
Slightly
this, and
higher.
then we'll go to caudal. Huh?
Okay.
Let's put
Let
the
me go
stent
on the
there.
stent on the run through now.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably
so we
not.
have 2 wires. So we'll take the second wire out. Although in rare cases, we have actually published many years ago that you can jail the wire to get your stuff delivered distally. But particularly now with the guideliner, not necessary, but even now, many times it happens that you cannot, guideliner will not go even your technique of advancing and so. So in that case, you can just jail the wire proximally. If there is a disease, put a stent, and then your second, you leave your main wire, put a stent, and they'll be able to go distally. So jailed wire technique for entire segment. So we are not talking about the jailed wire for the diagonal ostium or so. We are talking about the jailed wire for the proximal mid LAD. Many times that happens in the RCA. So now we are at
Another question is
3.5,
why you have
16.
selected a fielder wire for a diagonal instead of workhorse wire?
No, actually we did the workhorse wire there. Yeah.
No, we mentioned
Yeah.
earlier.
Too far. Yeah, good. So I mean, same, the diagonals, the
I mean,
torch-
it's a one, whenever you have a side branch, they are at an angle. Okay, so once
Yeah.
you have that kind of an angle, your polymer jacketed and hydrophilic wires, it's
Yeah.
easier to get into the side branches. Yeah.
just to get easier. So remember 1-to-1 torque. So what happened is two things. In the main vessel, you need to have your stent delivered. For the side branch, you want to get the wire distally. And so this is the 3.5, 16 Promus Elite at 16 atmosphere.
And often, so though there's a lot of discussion saying which wire can be left, and when you're stenting, which wire can be jailed, polymer jacketed, even though there's the thing that if you have a polymer jacketed wire, that if you jail the polymer jacketed wire, removal may be harder and all that. Actually, it's way easier to jail the polymer jacketed wire and just, remove it later, which is much easier compared to your workhorse wire. There's a risk that the wire could break when you jail this wire. So that is the reason we always choose a polymer jacketed to the side branch and a workhorse to the main branch.
And then actually we've,
I think
Dr. Keeney has created the app, wire app. Maybe we can discuss with that. Will be very useful. All different kinds of wire, 140 plus with our fellow. Two
it's right here.
right here with the other fellow Shiv Bagga.
This is, can we just post the proximal? It looks like 4-0.
Yeah,
Or
we
an
can do
IVUS
the
first.
4-0, but do you want to do anything to the distal first and then do the IVUS?
Let's see.
So we actually have created a wire app. Make sure they have the more detail of the wire app. I do have the wire app, but I think you have done. You need a balloon, 1 point, same 5.
Some
balloon?
die. I think this is
No.
behaving like we need a Gaia and all these
No,
things.
yeah,
Leave
the-
it, right?
Yeah, I don't think we should go with the Gaia
Yeah.
and so with this apical LED.
No, not even that. If there's this guy with the Jehovah's Witness, my biggest concern, if there is any wire perfect the tip, then we will have issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So good. So let's do the IVUS now. And we know that we need to post dilate, definitely proximal segment, maybe the mid segment also. Okay.
Now, there was a question from the audience that they felt the diagonal was worse than
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. No.
It's the same.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it looks
And
the
we
same.
can-
It's just because that we've been there multiple times. Even we wired it. Anytime you instrument a vessel with calcium and lesion, that's the way they look. At the end, once we give vasodilators and the vessel will plump up
Yeah.
and look good.
And see here, this was the diagonal to begin with.
Yes.
It's the same. It will
Yes,
become the
almost,
same.
It's the same.
Almost looks the same,
Same.
almost.
Yes, yes. And what's the other key factor for us to know is one patient does not have chest pain, no EKG changes. These are also the telltale signs to tell us that the side branch is doing okay.
Okay. Now we are for the IVUS.
Show the IVUS and let's show some hemos also for the side. Okay, all the way down. The IVUS where to the distal part of the vessel.
Put the
Yeah,
IVUS on the main screen, please.
It's outside a stent.
It's outside the stent. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can I start?
Yeah, no, 1 second. They're putting this for the main screen. Yeah, good. Now you can start pulling back.
Okay, start
There
turbo.
you have the wire up
It's outside
Wire up.
stent.
Yeah.
here with you.
No,
Concentric
not more for the
plug.
detail. I think you have
But
the
looks not
separate,
like
dedicated,
sectional
little more
hematoma.
detail of the wire app. We have 3-4 minutes we
Concentric
can talk.
plug. A little bit calcium at the 1 o'clock. Okay, this is the
Andrew or
stent.
Yulia, if you are listening, we need some slides with the wire app.
Looks-
Yeah.
Yeah, looks open.
Fluoro, where are you?
Still in the distal stent. Looks expanded.
Where are we?
No, we are. This is a distal stent,
Distal stent. This
well opposed.
well opposed. Well
Yeah.
expanded. Okay, this is the diag.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the gap of the two stent. Still outside.
Big lumen there.
Big lumen. Still outside. Okay, this is the
Second stent should come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
proximal
Yeah,
stent.
looks open. Looks open. A little bit elliptical shape because of the outside calcium.
Yep.
Yeah, but it looks open, opposed.
Okay, well opposed. We don't need to post, right?
Moment, just still in just. Oh,
No, we can do
I
a
think-
4-0.
okay.
I mean,
I check again, but this is outside.
looks
so
good.
I'll stop here.
Okay.
Okay,
so
so
remember, there are two different things. One is opposition, other one is expansion. So it is well opposed, but if the vessel size is a little bigger, you may have
Okay.
to post dilate with a 4-0.
No,
Is it-
no, no,
yeah, 4.
no,
See?
it's good.
4.
But it's well expanded.
No, in
actually
this
the
area.
proximal edge is expanded to the 4.1.
Yeah. So, is there some area? Yeah, it's
Okay,
little less.
I checked the tightness.
Okay, I think
So let's ask our
distal
experts,
stand
yeah.
we need to post.
Okay.
So give us a 2.5, right?
2.5 we have already, 20.
Or do you want to do
the
2.75?
proximal stand is more like 8.
Show us a distal,
Okay.
please key distal
Go to
stand.
this,
Yeah.
okay, this
Yeah.
is the proximal edge of the distal stand. Go to this inside the stent. So tightest is like stent diameter is like, yeah, almost 2.5. So
2.7, give us a 2.75, 15 high pressure.
Okay.
And then 4 or 12 also, but 2.75, 15 first.
Any questions from the audience?
Madam, the audience are interested in your wire app, madam.
Yeah, I know. I'm
We are
just
going to
trying to
get
see
in
some
that now.
stride. Yeah, because I know you had several questions on the wire. So what is we have created, the cardiologyapps.com, the
Yeah,
website.
we know that
Okay,
bifurcate
okay.
and OCT8, calcium, all those. Yeah.
Yes. So what the new one that we put there now, other question also, if that's what is called, we created is complicate, where we have over 50 cases of various, complications from our own lab. Describe the complications, and we have shown the cases. We have over 800 angiograms there, and also discuss how to handle those complications.
I
So
think
that's
this is the
also very
4-0.
interesting one that,
This is 4-0.
people
This is
should.
4-0 right now.
Oh, 4-0. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Okay.
The guide wire, it's already on the website, GuideWire 8. So in the cardiologyapps.com, you can see everything.
Yeah.
All the questions that you guys are asking, why you are using which wire for what. So various wire properties, everything described. And we created a huge library of over 140, coronary wires. It's only coronary wires.
These are definitely complicated, is very useful, yeah, very useful.
Yes. Good.
The audience are
Yes, the
asking,
slide.
Come there. Yeah.
post dilatation, does it cause any no reflow? Is the risk of no reflow in this
It's
situation?
more often interesting question is when you see, not in calcific lesion, you see it in non-calcific lesion. If there is thrombus or, lipid plaque. So that's the time what happens is when you are going with high pressure, you're squeezing the thrombus as well as the plaque through the stent strut into the lumen. But in
Madam, another
calcific lesion,
question
you
is,
don't see it. Huh?
Are
Sorry?
you concerned about your septal flow of the septum?
Oh, right now?
Septal-
No.
Yeah, let's see.
We'll see. We are not, but
And we have, we always worry about keep all the branches
yeah, we
which
want
we
to keep-
started with. Yeah. You want to make sure you're distal edge. You want to do
Yeah.
stent boost, or you're good.
I think I'm good. Hold on.
Hmm.
1 second. I'm good. Okay, go up.
This is a 2.75, 15 high pressure, again
don't go
20
to-
atmosphere, right?
Okay, yeah, down.
20.
So with the calcific lesion, if you'd see slow flow, it's usually
Good.
as soon as you finish your atherectomy. So how do you differentiate slow flow versus that you created a dissection, right? Essentially, you will have a TIMI3 flow, and you done the rotabur, and you take an angiogram, immediately you see that there's no flow. So you quickly give your vasodilators. You'll see EKG changes, chest pain, hypotension, all these things are happening. So differential diagnosis is only two things: that you have created a dissection, or that you have embolized some atheromatous debris downstream. So if
Good,
you give
very
vasodilators and you see in some flow that the vessel is coming back, then you know it is slow flow. You still don't see the vessel is coming back. We have described this very well actually in the complicate. Then you take, we call it as a twin pass. It's a dual lumen catheter, whatever that you guys are available, quickly take that monorail, go all the way distally and start giving vasodilators distally. So that's also a good way of treating the distal bed, because the vessel is closed. You are giving some medication, but that's only reaching the proximal part of the vessel. You need some medication to the distal bed. That's why you use twin pass and see that you give the vasodilator. It still doesn't happen. Next, you quickly, that's why we always have a balloon ready here. You go and dilate to see that you done your vasodilator, because that's the first diagnosis. The second diagnosis is a dissection. You go take your 1-to-1 balloon that you already had and dilate it. That's the time you will know that this is not slow flow, likely the dissection.
And you see here, nice flow all the way down into the LAD, and leave those things alone. Many times the flow mediated vasodilatation, this artery may look much better. And this now, if ever this, let's say this guy developed all the restenosis, so that time maybe patient will be convinced to go for surgery if at all. So leave that area for the surgeon. They'll do a little patch and arterectomy, put a vein, and then do the Lima to LAD. And of course, LAD diagonal, they have to do diagonal also. With that note, let's get to the, sorry, questions?
Why did not we overlap stents, as we are leaving only little area behind?
I mean, angiographically, it looked good. Even with IVUS, you saw that it was not a lumen is very good. Give us a lumen between the interlap area. That's number one. Number two, if we had see the way we placed the stent, why the diagonal did not get worse? You see that? It is like a V. The way it's coming out, it's like a V. And that's why we had a good space for the side branch to remain patent. Now, if we put a stent, not leave a gap, then diagonal would have definitely been compromised at that time.
That's the reason.
Yeah. And we will never, ever be able to go back into that vessel, ever.
And I would say that for our audience, the area you did a rota, we didn't do rota in that area. We do proximally and then to the mid. The area which you just did the rota and did not do the PTCA, it's okay not to stent that area. And particularly in this case, like if the branch coming off, you don't want to put a stent there. You are definitely stent will create a trouble. Okay, let's go to the wire app now. We have the wire app team ready.
What's the cross-section area?
7.6 between the
How much?
7.6.
Okay,
7.6.
so, yeah, he's showing 7.6.
IVUS, show the IVUS also one side. It's
Show the
that
IVUS quickly.
In between area, show the IVUS please. In between area, it's 7.6. Look at that. Between two stents.
Yes.
So you don't want to improve it any more than that, because that itself is a very good. Okay, now we are ready for the wire app. Show
Another
the wire.
question, Dr. Sharma.
Yeah.
If there is a
Yes.
dissection, intramural hematoma, flow compromise, what will be your strategy in this situation?
Yeah, I know a lot of people actually have tried about the decompressing the hematoma and so on and so forth, but basically I would still say just the balloon dilatation.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Anu.
Yeah, just to show. So this is the web on the website. It's already available, and the app should be released in the next couple of weeks. It is just going through the logistics of App Store and security of Mount Sinai. We need a couple of approvals to go get it going. So we go back.
Go back.
Essentially, what we did was we just grouped the wires into two wires. One non-CTO. We are, routine wires that we use for every case that we are doing. And then CTO, because CTO itself is a big field, which wire should be used in which kind of situation. So if you click CTO, click next slide. Yeah. So then we see that we this is how we now is most of the time when we give a wire lecture, we say simple lesions, tortuous lesion, calcified, bifurcation, thrombotic lesion, and this is based on the lesion morphology. So if you click that you want to know for calcific lesion, what I should use, okay? So we have just given some properties saying how you can do that. So learn more, press that. So you can go there and just bullet points, not a lot of thesis, but just quick bullet points to learn why, which wire is used in this thing. Then when you say view cases, we press view cases. We have over 25 cases that we have chosen. All this, most of them are from our live case. So you can see the way we are describing today, why, which wire for what case. So any complex case, we have described that. Most important thing is a beautiful search in the entire website. So if you check that you want tortuous, calcific, angulated vessel and what wires to use, or how you want to learn a couple of cases, those cases will come up and you can learn all of that one by one. Then go to wire library. So about 140 wires of coronary wires that you see there, we have put them alphabetically. So what is interesting, you have a search in the wire library. And other thing is most important thing is you pick a wire by tip load. So the tip load, which goes very low to up to 40 gram. The largest tip load we have for coronary is 40 gram. So there's a toggle there. You can move back, forth, and you can say, I want a tip load of whatever you choose. That will bring down the wire, choose the wires with that particular tip load. Can you just show the next kind of a wire? So if you want to see more about a wire, you just ask about a fielder, right? So we are telling you it's manufactured by Asahi. The core material is stainless steel. Okay. So a lot of in the basics, you'll understand what the manufacturer pays attention to when these wires are made. So you have single core, or your core to tip is one thing. Okay, very important how they do the core. They have parabolic core or the core that is attached to one another. So these things are important when to for the operator when you have one-to-one torque feeling or no. So look at the tip load is 1 gram here, and radio opaque length. Most of the radio opaque length is 3 centimeter, and available length 180 to 300 centimeters. Now, why is this important for a cath lab? Technician, nurses. It's important because you're going to tell them, I need a 300 wire, I need a 180 wire. So they will also can have an idea which wires are 300 wires, which wires are 180 wire, and preferred use is same: front lies finish, side branch access, tortuous vessel. So this is what we have seen. So look at the most important thing is there's a hydrophilic coating. That is why this wire is so good to get access into the side branch on top of polymer jacket. So you have a polymer jacket and a hydrophilic coating. Many times, few people, they want to pick a hydrophobic tip when they're doing a CTO because they do not want wire perforation. So you can pick, okay, I want to know what are the hydrophobic tip wires and pick those kind of wires. Okay, next. This is our usual, run through. Which is done by, again, Terumo. So why this, I think, one-to-one torque is very good is a combination of stainless steel as well as the distal tip is nitinol. Why stainless steel? Because stainless steel always, they say, is a stronger body. That is why you can deliver stents easily, but the nitinol keeps the shape of the tip. So, using nitinol wires, easy to actually navigate most of these tortuous vessels. That is why the material is called as a duo core. And now you know why the run through is such a good wire. And same hydrophilic tip. See, that tip is hydrophilic. That's why it goes very easy along top of the hydrophobic coating. And, available length is only 1 and preferred use is a workhorse wire.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else? Oh, this is the rota wire, which is a good old wire has been there for so many years. 330 length. Next wire.
Now with the new rota wires.
Yeah, and we can show some catheters.
Guide
wires.
Yeah.
So we made even the various catheters, over the wire catheters, which we always discuss. This goes with the same. Again, the Mamba wires. We have shown many times. I don't know. We have shown. I think we have shown to you guys also the Supercross, which comes with various angles. So you see that 45, 90, 120. We always have shown that.
It's not available in India. Supercross.
Okay. So then the available length. Venture, is it
Swift
available?
Ninja is available, right? Swift Ninja.
I don't know. I don't think
No,
so.
I see. Okay.
Venture.
Yeah. Venture is not available.
No longer available now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I mean, this is all covered there. So these are the apps. So this app, which is guide wire, you see that G, if you go back, G is guide wire, and that is IOTA with a guide there and the wire. You see the wire making the lower G. And that was our 7th app. So that is why it sees like a G with a 7.
Very good. So one of the audience is commenting, this looks like a great app, madam, with detailed information, which I did not learn in fellowship. Thank you for doing that. And most importantly, it is free.
Yeah,
Always.
always. That's always we want to make sure that our colleagues around the globe benefit from what we have learned, myself, Dr. Sharma, so that we can, disseminate our knowledge to other people and for free.
And
Thank you.
actually, this is not uncommon. People ask that why are you telling your tip and tricks to other audience? I say, well, that's our goal. Because we want everyone to improve their interventional skills. I mean, routine case everybody does, but these are the small minor tips which makes it better. I say classically, if you think about our Indian ancient history, our Guruji and those Veds, though knew so many Ayurvedic things, they went with them because they did not taught their people what should be done, and those all things have disappeared. So key is that we want to keep everybody to come up, increase their intervention level, and of course provide as much as possible free, so that there is no financial burden of learning. We already have so many burdens, at least not for the learning point of view.
So
Very
the
nice.
total contrast use was 160 cc with the air karma of 1.1.
And DAP at 93 and fluoro time of 23. So that we report actually here with the New York State that all those radiation parameters as well as the contrast dose is reported in our New York State interventional database. So every case we do PCI is recorded by the New York State. With that note, I'm sure there may be some other questions which people can ask us later, but we really want to conclude our today's session with and thanks our Cath Lab staff here, and more important, our audience there, along with the Sun Pharma, to making this educational activity possible. And next month, actually, it will be on October 16th. I think the reason is because of the Dashara, and so usually we keep it on after 3rd, 4th Friday. So this will be October 16th. So we continue the same activity. Hopefully, will be no audio-visual delay. And with that note, we conclude our today's presentation.
Thank you.
Great
Dr.
work. Excellent result. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's not doing it.
All right, very good.